Namaskar, friend. Myself, Professor Chandrakant Brahmbhatt. Uh, I welcome you on behalf of HRDC, all the participants, and today with us uh, eminent and senior professor Dr. Satish Bhai Sukla sir. Sir, I welcome you also on behalf of HRDC and Gujarat University. Friends, today our respected director Dr. Jagdish Joshi sir and my colleague Dr. Priti madam not joined with us due to some academic engagement. They convey the best wishes to all the participants. Friend, I would like to share about our Gujarat University. Friend, the Gujarat University is the largest university in the state catering to the need of higher education of more than 2 lakh students cater over 235 colleges, 15 recognized institutions, and 25 approved institutions. And there are 35 postgraduate university department and 221 PG center. Gujarat University has developed the phenomenal in the last 73 years to be recognized as a premier university in the country today. We are first ranked in Gujarat NIRF in Indian for the category, and we are 100 in the all over India Gujarat University. I happy to share about our HRDC. As you know that at UGC HRDC, Gujarat University is one of the oldest HRDC of India. It was known as Academic Staff College earlier. It was established in 1987. We are ranked 16 amongst 66 HRDC of India by NEC. We are the first in Gujarat. We have organized more than 700 professional development program, including Guru Daksha, FIP, FDP, orientation program, refresher course, short-term course, winter school, summer school, seminar, workshop, PhD coursework, etc. We have imparted training to more than 25,000 research scholar, academician, and administrative working in the college and University of India. Uh, UGC HRD has been pioneer, created history and benchmark under our respected uh, director, Dr. Joshi sir. Then now it's my pleasure to introduce to today's resource person, Dr. Satish sir. Friend, he is a former professor, education department of Gujarat University. He has 40 years teaching experience. He has published 25 books, 28 research paper, 29 articles, and 48 research paper in various seminar. He is upload 28 education video on YouTube, and he is also the former member of Academic Council of IIT Gandhinagar. He is also former member of Academic Council of Baba Sahib Ambedkar University. And he has more than 200 lecture delivered, like orientation, refresher, seminar, conference. Sir, I again welcome you on behalf of HRDC. I request you to deliver your lectures.
Thank
Sir.
you. Thank you, Ramparji. And good afternoon to every participant, all the participants. I am Professor Satish Prakash Shukla. uh, Online education and ODL, open distance learning. This is UGC sponsored and UGC HRDC Gujarat University organized online workshop on NEP 2020 online and ODL education. We'll discuss about that. As NEP 2020 is so much discussed all over the country because it is believed that this will change the entire education system and make the education more fruitful before more fruitful than before. One thing in NEP 2020 is emphasized that is online education and open distance learning education. We all know what is online education, what is open distance learning. We know, but let us start with its meaning. What is online education? A learning context in which most, if not all, a learning context in which most, if not all, learning takes place online. This type of education has its origin from distance education. Distance education word is used here. A learning context in which a type of distance learning without attending a physical institution, in which standards, students and teachers interact over the internet. Internet is there. With the help of internet, online education has become very easy and convenient, and it is reachable to uh, all area of our country. So uh, it will be more convenient for the students who are unable to go to formal education system and who cannot spare time for formal education. They can join this method of education. In online education, learning that takes place in a virtual space, not reliant on geographical location, unlike traditional on campus education that shares a physical space. This is online education. And other word is ODL, open distance learning. Before going for that, we must know that in online education, uh, teaching learning process can be done in synchronous way or asynchronous way. A synchronous way means where the interaction between the teacher and students is possible, and asynchronous way of online or ODL teaching learning, where the interaction between the teacher and learners is not there. The students are provided learning material, they learn their own, they prepare their subject, and they uh, search their subject material through online system, and they prepare themselves by studying themselves. No interaction between the teacher and student is there. Uh, Now, open distance learning, what does it mean? Open refers to a commitment. Open refers to a commitment that removes any unnecessary barriers to access learning. Unnecessary barriers, which are those? So, like formal time period, formal institution, time to time the student has to go, and time to time the exam is conducted. These are the formal barriers. Open refers to commitment that removes any unnecessary barriers to access learning. And distance education refers to teaching and learning that temporarily separates teacher and learner in time and or place, uses multiple media for delivery of instruction, involves two-way communication, and possibly occasional face-to-face meeting for tutorials and teacher and learner interaction. Open learning is not the same as distance learning, but both are complementary, and hence the two terms are often and together as open and distance learning. See, here it is said that internet is used in open and distance learning because uh, in most of the cases asynchronous learning system is there in open and distance learning, where the interaction between the learner and the teacher is not possible always, but sometimes they may meet each other for the solution of the problems of the students, or they can contact by using internet, by using social media to the teachers for solution of the problem. But the main characteristics of open distance learning is the interaction between learner and teacher is not always possible. Here it is said that by using internet. What is internet? Internet, is it hardware or software or technique. It is a technique, and the full form of internet is interconnection of networks. By combining these two words, it has become internet. It is a technique. It connects the computers located at different geographical area of the world for forming a particular network in which different people interact with one another. Mm, Due to that facility of internet, we are now having social media, multimedia. What is multimedia? Multimedia is combined use of different media, combined use of different media to accomplish a particular task. For completing a particular task, if different media are used, then it is called multimedia. And we know which different media, the visual media, audio media, media there, pictorial media is there, all are there, together work in a multimedia system. And by using this multimedia, uh, audio, nowadays podcast is there, YouTube is there, video lectures are prepared by the teachers and put on the different social media, or they can send it to the students for their learning. Friends, this is I think no much discussion about this is required here, because you all may know, not may, you all know what is online education and what is open distance learning. But besides open distance learning and distance learning, the NEP emphasizes more on the research. And when we talk about ODL and online learning, then we must know what will be the impact of open distance learning and online education on the achievement of the or or the all-round development of the students. How it will be useful. For that, we must conduct the research, and for conducting research, we must know something about the research that can be useful in conducting research in the field of online education and open and distance learning method. So, keeping in mind in our this topic, online education and open distance learning, we should first try to understand what is research and how it is conducted. Then we can incorporate the problems of online education and open distance learning to find out the solution of that problems, and to make it more useful and fruitful all over the country. So let me discuss a little about the research, then we'll come on that point. What is research? Uh, in some of the books, it is written research means re and search. Means re means again, and search means to search to find something. So research means searching again and again. It is not like that. It is not like that. Actually, the term research is originated from two French terms. Two French words are there, re and chercheur. These words were used in France in 16th century, where re stands for expressing extensive force. Re stands for expressing extensive force. And searchier, the spelling of searchier is Cerchier. Searchier means to find out. It means what is re and searchier? To express extensive force to find out something. On the modern world, research is originated from these two words. So actually, the research, verbal meaning of research is to do something deliberately to find out something. That is research. And if you want to define it, then we can define it as it is a scientific process that is carried out by following a sequential step in order to find out the solution of the problem with a view to enhancing the current knowledge or developing new knowledge. That is research. It is problem based. And for ODL and online learning, or online education, whether it will be useful or not, we have to conduct various various researches. So can if any limitations is found in this type of the learning, then we can correct it and make it more useful and fruitful. Now, after knowing the result, meaning of the research, now we come to the type of the research. Actually, online learning and ODL learning is the result of fundamental research. Online learning and open distance learning is a result of fundamental research. So we must know what is fundamental research. Actually, three types of the research are there, friends, in different books, in different fields, and by different authors and by different researchers. The types of research is types of research is discussed in different ways. But by referring all the kinds of research given by different authors and different researchers, we can categorize the researches on the basis of two criteria. Number one, objective of the research. Number two, data to be collected or analyzed during the research. Why online and ODL is fundamental research, that I will discuss later on. First of all, we try to understand what are the types of research. Again, in different books by different authors, by different researchers. Research is divided in different types in different ways. But by referring all kinds of the research, we can uh, categorize the research on the basis of two criteria. Number one criterion is objective of the research, and number two criterion is the data to be collected and to be analyzed during the research. On the basis of the objective of research, three types of research are there. Fundamental research, that is also known as basic research. Number two, applied research. Number three, action research. And on the basis of the data to be collected and to be analyzed, two types of research are there: quantitative research and qualitative research. Now, let us see what is fundamental research. The fundamental research, the research that gives something new, something new in terms of new theory, new principle, new method, a new object, new equation. Anything new is given by the research, then it is called fundamental research. Again, any theory, new concept, new principles, new equations, new methods, new objects. If this thing is obtained by conducting the research, then it is called fundamental research. In terms of that, online education and ODL, open distance learning education, learning is fundamental research. Before 30, 40 years, we did not know what is online learning. We knew at that time that open distance learning was there, but it was also the result of the fundamental research, that in this way also the education can be provided to the students. It was there uh, before 20, 30 years. We had open distance learning system. So fundamental research in which something new is obtained in terms of principle, theory, equation, or formula, or object, or method. That is called fundamental research. Now, applied research. What is applied research? How it will be useful in ODL and online learning education system? First of all, we should understand what is applied research. Applied research is a research that is conducted to solve the practical problems. Applied research is a research that is conducted to solve the practical problems or the problems or solve the or to solve the problems that is found problems that are found after implementation of the findings of fundamental research. Again, I am saying applied research is a research that is conducted to find out the solution of the practical problems, real life problem. And it is also conducted to find out the solution of the problems which are seen, which are found, the problems which are found after implementation of findings of basic research. If any research is conducted to solve these two types of the problem, then it is called applied research. We know so many problems will be there when we come from formal education to online education and from formal education to distance and open learning system. So many practical problems will be there. And it is seen also if you visit the institution which are providing online and distance learning, open and distance learning. If you meet with the students who are studying under this education system, they will say which types of the practical problems are there. For the solution of the such problems, if the research is conducted, then it is called applied research. And we need, if we want to implement online education and open and distance learning system in a proper way, in fruitful way, then we have to go for applied research so that we can solve the problems, practical problems of this education system. So this is where applied research. There, in terms of ODL and online learning, it is required. Then comes third type of the research, that is action research. See, what is action research? Its name suggests that conduct the research, derive the findings, and implement immediately. It says, action research says, they conduct the research, derive the findings, and implement immediately. In terms of this factor, it differs from first two types of the research. Number one. Number two, action research says a person who is facing the problem only he conducts the research. In this sense also, this differs from first two types of the research. Why? In applied research and in basic research, it is not necessary that the person who is facing the problem only he conducts the research. But action research says the research is conducted by the person who is actually facing the problem. So in this sense, it differs from first two types of the research. And another thing, in fundamental research and in applied research, it is not necessary. It is not necessary that the findings of the research are implemented immediately. After deriving the findings, it is not necessary that all the findings are implemented immediately. It may be implemented after sometimes, like Newton has given us the law of motion and he has explained us the gravitational force, and he has said us that action and reaction are always equal and in opposite direction. He has found, and after so many years of his research, the aeroplane, the rockets are made, which are based on this principle. Action and reaction are always equal and in opposite direction. So it is not necessary in applied research and in basic research that the findings of the research are implemented immediately. But in terms of ODL and online learning, There are so much scope for fundamental research to find out new methods, to find out new softwares, to find out new hardware that can make it more easy and that can make it more feasible. In the same way, applied research is very much necessary in online and distance and open learning to solve the problem that is seen. Those are seen nowadays in these two types of the education system. Applied research is required. Now we come again to the external research again. External research says that conduct the research, derive the finding, and apply it immediately. Another thing, it says that the person who is facing the problem only can conduct the external research. And number three, the problem for which action research is conducted is local level problem. It is not generalized problem. It is not generalized problem. It is problem that may found in any particular environment, and it is not found in another environment. The problem that is found in one institution but not found in another institution, or it is found in different ways in different institutions. So at local level, whichever problems are there, that is due to the local environment. Action research says that local problems are due to the local environment. The same mechanism is used in different places, but at the same level, the work is not done. Why it happens? Why it happens? With same qualification, the teachers are appointed in different institutions. Students are enrolled on the basis of their merit in different institutions. But the teacher having same type of the qualification, two different teachers having same kind of the qualification, two students having same kind of IQ and achievement level, and are studying and teaching in different institutions, do not give the results at the same level. Why this happens? So action research says that local problems are found seen due to the local environment, local physical facility, local person who are working there, local mechanism of that particular institution. So some problems are there which cannot be generalized, which are seen in a particular environment, in a particular system, in the system where particular kind of the person are working. So this may happen in ODL and online learning. We see so many online coaching classes are there. They are earning so much, and some people put their video. Nobody watches it. What is the problem? It it is there that the people who are preparing video programs for such coaching classes may not be as clever as the people who are putting their video individually, but still the audience are different. They are earning so much by telecasting their video, and individual cannot, or some individual are there. One person is there, he is earning so much, he belongs to a particular subject, and only one subject he is teaching, and he is prepared his mm, website. He puts his videos on different social media and earning so much. Why this happens? So this is due to the ability of the person. It is other thing that all are in some institutions, all are appointed according to the rules and regulation by seeing their qualification. and same kind of the people are there, still they are not working in the same way if they are put in different institution. That is due to local environment, and this may happen in online and ODL. In some institution, people's students are very much satisfied, and in some institution, people are not. Students are not satisfied. What is the problem? For that, we have to go for action research. So again, action research is a research in which a person who is facing the problem only conducts the research. It derives the findings. The problem is of local level. The problem cannot be generalized. Finding is derived and action is taken immediately. Then again, the researcher checks whether the problem is solved completely or not. If it is completely solved, then that researcher proceeds for other work. If entire problem is not solved, then again the action research is conducted for overcoming the remaining problems which are not solved in first attempt. So this is continuous process until the entire problem is solved. Action research is conducted nowadays in all the fields. The concept of action research was given by Kurt Lewin, and it is brought in the education in by Stephen M. Corey. He defined Stephen M. Corey has defined action research as it is a scientific process. It is a scientific process in which this is a definition given by Stephen M. Corey in terms of action research. It is a scientific process in which practitioners practitioners means researcher, a person who is facing problem. It is a scientific process in which practitioners attempt to study their problems in order to in order to guide, correct, and evaluate the actions and decisions they have taken. Again, action research is very much useful in ODL and online learning, but for that we have to understand why it is very much important. Again, action research, according to Stephen Corey, a process in which practitioners attempt their problem scientifically in order to evaluate, guide, and correct the actions and decisions they have taken. What is the belief behind action research? It is believed that it is assumed that in action research, it is believed that the problems which are seen at local level, at institutional level, the problems which are seen in local level or at institutional level are due to the wrong actions done by the person associated with that local institution, wrong actions or wrong decisions taken by the person who are associated with that particular situation. Some rules and regulations are there for all kind of the institution, and by following the rules and regulation the persons are appointed and the mechanism is arranged, infrastructure is arranged according to the rules and regulation. But in same kind of two different institution, different kinds of results in terms of the output is seen. Here action research, here Stephen M. Corey, here Kurt Lewin say that it is due to wrong decisions or wrong actions are taken by the persons associated with that particular institution. That's why these problems are found at institutional level. So, to to overcome the problems which are found at local level, which are found at institutional level, what the researcher has to do. So it is said in the definition that he has to study his problem scientifically in order to evaluate, guide, and correct the decisions and actions they have taken. So local level problems can be solved only if the actions taken or decisions taken in that particular institutions are evaluated in a proper way, whether the person has taken proper instruction, proper decision is conveyed to the to other person who are working there according to the decision, every work is done or not, that we have to check. If any mistake is found in taking decision and in implementation of the decision, then we have to make correction in that decision. For that, we have to evaluate the decisions or actions. We have to see also, we have to evaluate the actions taken by different person in that particular action, particular institution. Evaluation of that is also required here. So first we have to see that decisions are taken in proper way, conveyed in proper way, implemented in proper way, and actions which are taken by the authority or by the subordinates or by the last person of the institution, actions are done in a proper way or not, any fault is there or any suggestion is required, any correction is required in that. In that sense, we have to evaluate the actions and decisions. And after evaluation of the actions and decision, we have to guide our actions and decisions. Means we have to correct our actions and decisions. We have to correct it. And again, we have to take other decision. We have to work in different ways. And then we have to see the problem is gone or not, problem is solved or not. So action research is very much required in ODL and online learning, because different kinds of problems will be seen in online and ODL learning, open distance learning. So these three are the basic research types according to the objective. Why? According to the objective, these three types are there because the main objective of fundamental research is to give something new. Main objective of fundamental research is to give something new. The objective of applied research is to find the solution of practical problems, or the problems which are seen due to the implementation of findings of fundamental research. It is its objective. And what is the main objective of action research? To solve local level problems. So according to the output of research, three types of the research are there: fundamental research, applied research, and action research. At different level in online education and in open distance learning, we need all kinds of the research. According to the situation, to find something new, software or hardware, we need fundamental research. To find practical problem, that the problem that can be generalized, that is found everywhere, we have to conduct applied research. And to find the solution of the local level problem or institutional problem, we have to conduct action research. So it is not necessary that any large problem we select and work on that. And in NEP, it is said also that all the professors and teachers have to conduct action research for making their influence more fruitful. So we must know this thing. Now we come to the another kind of research which are based on data to be collected and to be analyzed. Before going for that, we must understand what is data and information. Most of the people, when I asked to give the meaning of data and information in Gujarati, so in both the case they say mahiti, सूचना हिंदी में इंफॉर्मेशन भी सूचना है और डेटा भी सूचना. It is not like that. Data is not information. Information is not data. So we have to understand, if we want to conduct the research in a proper way, then we must know what is data. Actually, the term data is the plural form of the term datum. Singular is datum and plural is data. But in practical life, uh, nobody uses datum. Everybody uses data to define any single piece of data or two or more pieces of data. Now, what is data and what is information? When we talk about online education and open distance learning, where we see that internet is a essential and primary mean of online education, then in terms of information technology, we must understand what is data and what is information. In simple word, in Desi language, we can say raw material for information is data. Data is a raw material for information. In Desi language, we can say. In simple words, we can say it is a raw material for information. It means information comes from data. Now, we try to understand what is data in proper way. The data is a systematic collection, presentation of what? The systematic presentation, collection of digits, numbers, letters, words, pictures, diagram, sound, anything. That can be systematic. These things must be presented systematically in a proper order, and that can be again data is a systematic presentation of digits, numbers, letters, words, pictures, diagram, sound, film. That can be processed by a person or by an electronic mean. That can be processed by a person or by an electronic mean. That is called data. It is a collection of such things. It is a collection of some facts in terms of numbers, letters, digits, pictures, diagrams, films, sound. The systematic presentation of this thing, and systematic means what? That can be processed by a person and by an electronic mean is called data. So in research, we have to collect the data. We are not collecting information. We have to think, we have to keep it in our mind while conducting research. We are collecting data. And by analyzing, we can. It is said that it can be processed by a person or by electronic means. Processing is done on data. Analysis is done on data. That gives us information. Whatever the result of analysis we get, that is information in terms of research. In terms of research. So the information is a result of processed data. So if we want to collect, we want to conduct research in our area, online education, open distance learning, then we have to collect data in a proper manner. We have to arrange them in a proper manner that can be analyzed by a person or by an electronic mean. If person is calculating something by using his mind, not is not using any electronic mean, calculator or computer, then it is processed by a person. If data are fed in the computer and particular analysis is done and result is obtained, then it is called by electronic mean. So again, the data is the systematic presentation of the digit, number, letter, words, pictures, diagrams, sound, music, or films that can be processed by a person and by an electronic mean. Uh, See, if you have seen Bahubali film, then how much data are used in that to make that film visible. Different kind of data are arranged in a proper manner and they are processed and they are put together and some particular types of visualization is seen. So process on films, process on numbers we know, process on letters and words we know. We chat and so many software are there. You speak and it converts into different languages, in different what it is said lipi. That is process on the words. So whatever we obtain by processing the data is called information. So we need information in online and ODL by processing the data which are collected to solve some particular problem in these areas so that we can guide our future teachers and future teacher educators or future content developer, e-content developer, that the people require this kind of the material on in online learning and ODL. Uh, so now we come to the information. Information, as it is said that it is a result of processed data. Whatever we get is information in terms of research, in terms of electronic mean, but in terms of practical life, we can say information is obtained by study and experience. Along with processed data, the information is obtained or gathered by study, by reading books, or by interaction with the people, or by studying the books, or by experiences. We may get the information regarding something. So that is in practical life. But in terms of research and electronic mean, data is something that we have said. So according to data, two types of research are there: quantitative research and qualitative research. Quantitative research, a research in which data are obtained in numeric form and analysis is done on such numeric data, then it is called quantitative research, in which the data are obtained in numeric form or converted in the numeric form and analysis is done on numbers. Process is done on numbers which are gathered as data, then it is called quantitative research. Then, according to criteria number two, data, the second type of the research is qualitative research. Qualitative research. What is qualitative research? In simple language, we can say that the research that is not quantitative is qualitative. It is true, no problem. But what is qualitative research? The qualitative research is a research in which the behaviors of the people are studied, in which the perceptions of the people regarding their life is studied, in which the communication material is analyzed, is qualitative research. Behaviors of the people are studied by observation. Perceptions of the people regarding their life or regarding the meaning they have given to their life or their environment or their surrounding, what they feel in different situations. If we try to analyze such things, then it is called qualitative research. Communication material, if analysis of communication material is done in research, then it is qualitative research. Simply it is said it is not quantitative, then qualitative. Both types of research is required in ODL and online learning. In terms of the progress, to see the progress of the online and ODL, in terms of quantitative progress, we have to conduct quantitative research. In terms of the quality of the research, quality of ODL and uh, online learning, we have to conduct qualitative research. So now we are clear that on the basis of two different criteria, research can be divided in five kinds on the basis of first criterion objective, fundamental, applied. Fundamental is basic research, fundamental basic, second one is applied, and third one is action. And criterion number two, data. Two types of research are quantitative and qualitative. Qualitative research in which the behaviors of the people is studied, or the perceptions of the people regarding their life or regarding their surrounding or regarding the world, their perception is studied, or is studied, or the communication material is studied, then it is called qualitative research. Communication material, the material that is given to the students in online and ODL, it must be analyzed. We have to see the impact of the presentation of communication material, the material, study material, that is called communication material. It is communication material. We have to analyze it. We have to see whether it is impactful, it is as per the requirement of the students, it is according to the level of the students, it fulfills all the objectives of online and ODL or not. For that, we have to conduct qualitative research in terms of the material provided to the students. Now, uh, after discussing about the research, now we come to the uh, how to conduct research. How to conduct research means we have to think about what is the process of research. And when we think about the process of research, then we have to decide the layout of the activities. We have to plan the layout of the activities to be carried out during the research. So, the answer of these questions is the research design, research method. The process of research is defined in research method. The process of research is defined in research designed. The process of research is defined in the layout of the activities to be carried out research. So, if we want to make our ODL and online learning fruitful and more impactful, then we must know how to conduct research. For that, we must know which research designs are there. For that, we must know which research methods are there. For that, we must know how the activities are coordinated. And for that, we must know the meaning of research method or research design. Both are the same thing. See, what is research method or research design? First of all, research is another thing, method is another thing. Type of research is decided on the basis of the main objective of particular research and data to be collected and to be analyzed. But research method guides us how to proceed from one place to another place, from one stage to another stage, from deciding the objective of research to finding the results of research. So, in that way, research method or research design is a part of research, is one part of research. Entire research process, research design is a part. So, how can we define it? So, research design is a layout of the activities to be carried out, layout of the activities to be carried out after deciding the objective of research till analysis of data. Layout of all such activities which are done after deciding the objective of that particular research till analysis of data. Whichever activities are done between these 2 points, its layout is research design, its layout is research method. So, research method starts with deciding the objectives of particular research till it ends with the analysis of data. So, research method again is the layout of the all the activities which are carried out after deciding the objectives of research till the analysis of data. This is research method and it is a part of research, entire research process. So, if we want to conduct experiment, fundamental research or applied research or external research, we must know the research process, actual activities to be done during the research process. For that, we must know what is research method and which are the types of research method or research design. Again, here that problem comes that in different books by different authors, by different researchers, the research methods are divided in different ways, categorized in different ways. But by referring all such categorization, we incorporate all such kind of categories given by different authors or given by different researchers, given by different experts of different fields. By referring all kinds of categories, we can categorize the research methods in three main categories. Number one, historical research. method. Number two, experimental research method. Number three, descriptive research. Three main categories are there. And these three methods, all three methods, can be used in ODL and online education system to find out the solution of different kinds of problems. Different kinds of methods can be used. Again, the research methods can be categorized in three categories. Number one, historical research. Number two, experimental research. Number three, descriptive research. Experimental research, we'll talk about it later. Descriptive research has four more subcategories. Descriptive research. What are the meaning of these three kinds of the research? We will see. But first of all, we see the categories of research. Again, three main kinds of the research are the historical, experimental, and descriptive. Descriptive research has four more subcategories. Number one, survey research. Most popular research method, survey. Number one, survey research method is first kind of descriptive research. Content analysis is second kind of descriptive research. Interrelational research method. Interrelational, it is third kind of descriptive research. Developmental research, it is fourth kind of descriptive research. So main three, historical, experimental, and descriptive. Descriptive research has four subcategories: survey, content analysis, interrelational, and development. Interrelational research method has also three subcategories. Number one, correlational research method. That is a kind of interrelational research method. Number two, case study method, case study research method. Number three, ex post facto research method. EX, ex post facto research method. These three are the kinds of interrelational research method. Again, correlational research method, case study research method, and ex post facto. It is also known as causal comparative, causal comparative research method. Then, developmental research method has two approaches: cross-sectional developmental research and longitudinal approach of developmental research. So, in this way, three main kinds: descriptive has four sub kinds, and interrelational has three sub kinds, and developmental has two approaches of conducting research. These all kinds of research can be done. These all kinds of research method can be applied to solve different kinds of the problems found in ODL and online learning, online education. Now we try to understand what is historical research. What is history? First we know. History is a recording of past events chronological recording of past events. Which kinds of the events? Which has made remarkable impact on human being or on nature or any kind of the thing. The events that has influenced the human being or the nature or anything, the events which are seen in the past. So history is the recording of chronological recording of past events that has remarkable impact on human being or nature or something. So historical research refers to the past events. It can be done in ODL and online learning. What was the situation in past in terms of online learning, ODL? Which problems were seen in past? How different factors have influenced the online and ODL in past? How the teachers of online education and ODL are trained in past? How the students have joined this system of education in past? Which kind of the students have joined this system of education in past? This everything can be studied by applying historical research in ODL and online learning, and we have to do it because the past events gives us ideas about making our future more useful, more impactful, and more proper. So historical research is required here in ODL and online education. Second one is experimental research. What experimental research mean? For knowing that, first of all, we must know what is experiment. Experiment. Experiment is an observation. Is an observation of. Experiment is an observation of the impact of, the effect of, the impact of some particular factor on some characteristics or some properties or something. It is an observation of the impact of some particular factor on some characteristics or property or something, some object. Experiment is an observation of the impact or effect of some factor on some particular factor on some characteristics or properties or the object in a controlled situation. The main thing is experiment is conducted in the controlled situation. It is an observation of the impact of some factor, that some factor, effect of which is to be studied. The factor of which effect is to be studied is called independent variable in experimental research. And the characteristics or the property or the object that is affected by independent variable is called a dependent variable in experiment. The factor that affects is independent variable. The property, the characteristic, the object that is affected by independent variable is called dependent variable. It means the experimental research checks, inquires the relationship, kind of relationship between IV and DV. IV means independent variable and DV means dependent variable. The main motto of experiment is to check the clear and precise impact of IV on DV. And if you want to check the clear and precise impact of IV on DV, then we have to see it in the controlled situation. So experiment is conducted in laboratories because controlled situation is created there in science. But in humanities, in education, in psychology, in other subjects, experiment in most of the cases are not conducted in laboratories. But researches are done, experimental researches are done in these areas. Are there the controlled situation is created. What is controlled situation? That we must understand. Controlled situation means we have to control all such situations. We have to control all such variables that may affect the relationship of IV and DV. Means in the presence of unrequired factors, the results of experiment may be different. It is possible. So all such factors which may affect the experiment, the results of experiment are controlled. So that is called controlled situation. So in experiment, the relationship between IV and DV is studied, and the researcher tries to check the cause and effect relationship between IV and DV in experimental research. So experimental research studies the cause and effect relationship between IV and DV in controlled situation, where IV acts as cause and DV is result. And the main motto of any experiment is to check clear and precise impact of IV on DV. That is main motto of any experiment. To check, to find, to decide clear and precise impact of IV on DV. That is first motto of any experiment. And second one is to generalize the findings of experiment. To generalize the findings of experiment. What does it mean? It means that if same kind of the situation will be there in another place, then same kind of the same kind of the results will be found. That is generalization. Vaccines of corona are found in different countries by taking sample of some corona affected people, and they have found that this vaccine is affecting coronavirus at this level. They have decided, they have done experiment in control situation. Here control situation means the experiment is done on the people who are suffering from corona. Vaccines are given those people to control corona of corona affected people. And on the basis of the findings of that particular research, the vaccine is used all over the world. So it is generalization. Means if same kind of the situation will be there and this kind of the treatment will be given, there's the same kind of the result will be done, will be obtained. So that is generalization. So the main motto of experiment is to find clear and precise impact of IV on TB, and another one is to generalize the findings of experiment on larger population. How it is useful in ODL and online learning system. Here also the experimental research is useful. After all, online learning, online education or ODL is provided for all-round development of the students. Uh, so we must check in which situation, how much the students are progressing, in which situation, which aspect of student can be developed in better way, in which situation the behaviors of the students can be changed in expected way. For that, in different controlled situation, we have to provide the study material to the students in different ways. Their problems of the students will be solved in different ways in different situations by using different media. Tutorials are arranged for the students in different ways by using different media. By doing all these things, we have to find which situation is the best in delivering the content matter to the students, in developing their particular aspect, their developing their knowledge, developing their affective aspect, developing their skills, or in which situation the all-round development of the students can be done through online education and open distance learning system. For that, we can conduct experimental research in these two fields also. In terms of in terms of precision, accuracy, in terms of precision or accuracy, in terms of maintaining precision and accuracy in experimental research, it can be done in three ways. In terms of maintaining accuracy and precision. Precision about what? The precision in terms of measuring the clear and precise impact of IV on DV. So, in terms of maintaining precision and accuracy in experimental research, experimental research is divided in three kinds. Number one, pre experimental research. Experimental research design has three kinds. pre-experimental research design. Number two, true experimental research design. Number three, quasi-experimental research design. Pre-experimental research design, true experimental research design, and quasi-experimental research design. Quasi, Quasi, pre, true, true. What is pre-experimental design? The experimental design in which foolproof controlled situation cannot be created for conducting experiment. That is called pre-experimental. Or no efforts are made, or the controlled situation cannot be created for conducting experiment. That is called pre-experimental design, where controlled situation cannot be created and experiment is conducted. Then it is called pre-experimental design. Such experiment has less validity than other two because control situation is not there. So the impact of other factors which are not in our focus area may affect the results, may affect the cause and effect relationship between IV and DV. It may happen in pre-experimental design because control situation is not created. Then comes, it is the weakest experimental design. Weakest experimental research design is pre-experimental design. Then second one is true experimental design, true, TRU, true, TRUE, true. The experimental design, the experimental design in which the controlled situation can be created at the highest level. Controlled situation is created at the highest level. Why I am saying highest level? Because in humanities and education psychology, the entire situation which are not in our control cannot be controlled. In basic science, it may be possible, especially in physics, it is possible that controlled situation can be created. So, what is true experimental design? The experimental design in which the controlled situation is created at the highest level, or the control situation is created completely, highest level or completely. Though it is impossible in humanities and psychology and education, true experimental research are conducted in these fields. Though it is impossible to create the control situation. That's why I am saying the control situation is created at the highest level, at the maximum level, to conduct true experimental design in these fields. So again, what is true experimental design? It is the best experimental design. It is better than all other two designs, pre and quasi. Why? Because the maximum efforts are made to control the situation which may affect the cause and effect relationship of IV and DV. Then third one is quasi experimental. What is quasi? Quasi means similar to, not identical. Similar to something, not identical to something, but similar. Some characteristics of something is found in something, that is called quasi. So quasi experimental design is such which has some characteristics of pre-experimental design and some of true experimental design. That's why it is called quasi-experimental design. It means what? In quasi-experimental design, the controlled situation cannot be created at the highest level. At some level, it can be done. In some extent, it can be done. The control situation can be done. Not entire situation is controlled. That is called quasi. It is better than pre and weaker than true experimental design. So these three types of the design are there. According to our requirement in ODL and online education, we can conduct our research by following this particular type of experimental research to know the impact of something on the all-round development or development of some aspects of the students who are involved in online or ODL. Thank you. Now it is 4:30. I am concluding here if Brampar sir says. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Friends, sir, कोई क्वेश्चन हो तो फ्रेंड्स,
If
if
any
you
query
want
is
to
there, you may
ask
ask me.
any queries about research, ODL, research paper writing, if you want to ask any question to sir, please. Anybody want to?
If anybody wants to ask question, please write your question in chat box so sir can answer to your questions.
No one, sir. Thank
No
you very
question.
much, sir.
Okay.
Your session is very fruitful.
Your voice is not coming. Remember, sir, your screen is stuck.
Thank you very much, sir. Your session is very fruitful, interesting, and very informative. Friends, first I would like to thank our Vice Chancellor, Madam, respected Nirja, Madam, and our respected registrars, Dr. P.M. Patel, sir. I am also thankful to again today's resource person, Dr. Satish, sir, for presence and valuable sharing valuable knowledge, sir. Thank you very much again, sir, on behalf of HRDC and GU, Gujarat University. I am thankful to our director, Dr. Jagdish Joshi, sir, my colleague, Priti Madam, and my supporting staff. And lastly, I thanks to all the participants, one and all. Thank you very much. We will meet soon, 17 August again. Please, thank you very much, all of you. Thank you,
Bye.
sir. Thank you very much, sir.